Welcome. We are here to discuss the 60% design plans for the Main Street streetscape improvements in Stratford, Connecticut. This project is to enhance the pedestrian and cycling mobility through this busy corridor and is being proposed with support from the Metropolitan Council of Governments, the Town of Stratford, and Connecticut DOT. The limits of this project start in the south at Harvey Place and extend up through Main Street, Connecticut Route 113, and approaches to the intersection of Barnum Avenue. The goal of this project is to enhance the pedestrian cycling safety along this corridor by providing dedicated bike lanes where appropriate, sidewalk improvements and replacement where needed, and enhanced crosswalks, as we will show as we walk through the corridor. What I'd like to do now is to start in the southern side of the project and work our way north, showing you the proposed improvements. As you can see in the green lines are the dedicated bike lanes. The travel lanes, we are going to maintain a minimum of 11-foot travel lanes throughout the corridor. There are locations where the room is provided where we can provide a dedicated buffer lane between the bike lane and the travel lane of the vehicles, and on-street parking where appropriate. As I mentioned, the crosswalks along this corridor will be reconstructed with a stamped pattern to highlight the pedestrian movements in that location. As we move further north, up past West Broad Street and Broad Street, you can see that the bike lane continues through with dedicated turn lanes where appropriate. Again, some on-street parking on both sides of the street and dedicated bike lanes in the green. Along this corridor, we'll also be proposing some street trees along the corridor to enhance the roadway. As we move up to East Broadway and Church Street, you can again see the improvements to the crosswalks in that stamped pattern. The islands along this corridor will remain. We have dedicated turn lanes and bike lanes up and down this area. As we move a little bit further north, we are approaching the I-95 overpass. And at this location, we have the angled parking and the crosswalks linking this retail center of the street. We continue to move further to the north. Again, the I-95 overpass, the railroad overpass, dedicated bike lanes, improved crosswalks, and sidewalk improvements where necessary. We continue to move further north. At each one of these locations, each one of these signalized locations, we will also be providing upgrades to the sidewalk ramps to make sure that they are ADA compliant, as well as the push button call controls for the pedestrian movements at the signals. We continue to move up to the train station. We are working closely with the Greater Bridgeport Transit Group on their bus stops, providing enhancements up and down the corridor for these bus stops, providing pads and connections to the sidewalk at each location. As we continue to move a little bit further north, the existing roadway becomes very wide in this location. We are proposing to bring the curb line in to provide a more standardized roadway width and to provide some increased green space and trees for enhancements. Again, street trees are being proposed on both sides of the roadway where appropriate. We continue to move further north. All this work will be completed within the street right-of-way, shown in purple here. Here we are in front of Town Hall and the fire department across the street. At this roadway in front of Town Hall, there'll be some minor improvements to the intersection. We will also be eliminating the concrete stairs on the sidewalk and providing an accessible ADA compliant sidewalk ramp. As we move up past this intersection with the Town Hall and the fire department, we are losing the dedicated bike lane and providing Sharrow markers to indicate a shared use lane for the vehicles and the cyclists. This is necessary because of the high volume of traffic and the functionality of the intersection with Farnham Avenue, where we must maintain the number of travel lanes through this intersection to provide, again, the high volume in this intersection and the signal functionality. Those are the dedicated improvements for this corridor. I invite you to take a further look at the design plans and provide any comments that you may have. Thank you.